I love pixel art games so much. It's because the pixel game is pretty and has its own value from the visual. It looks so authentic and aesthetic as a game. No wonder the pixel art game can last longer in the mobile game industry until now. But on this video, I would like to give the best hidden and underrated game pixel that I think everyone should play right now. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video off. Top 10 underrated pixel art games you must play. Pixel Art 2025, Android and iOS. School Hero. This game is just a new release pixel art game. The first time I see the game, it seems like a premium game. Seriously, it has everything that we need as a pixel art game. The product will be full of voiceover and delivered by a perfect visual scenes of the animation. The main gameplay is beat 'em up based or an arcade game, but also it has a storyline that will explain just before we start the combat. It's about a young man who trains his fighting skill to beat the bad boys at his school and save his beloved girlfriends. The game will allow the player to combine so many buttons to create a combo skill, hit and many more. We can roll to dodge, hold down the basic punch icon to unleash the heavy punch and give a higher damage. Grab any object as your main weapon, but it can be only used in a certain time because it will have a durability. Once we reach a new level, then we can place the attribute status point to strengthen the hero. School Hero is the best pixel art game offline to play freely only for demo, but then we should get the premium version to continue the journey. Cassette Beast. This game suddenly hooked me and made me fall in love with my first impression. Seriously, this game is one of the best new pixel art game 2025 that I'm sure it's worth playing right now. The graphics are absolutely gorgeous. It's like a premium game or a pixel game that's made for PC. It's pretty optimized perfectly on the mobile platforms and I can navigate the gameplay much easier than I expected. With a high graphic game, I can play the game smoothly on any device's level. Let's go back into the gameplay. Cassette Beast is a single-player RPG pixel art game with an open-world game concept. We can interact with all of the townsfolk around and visit any single building to get some goods. The gameplay will push the player to enjoy the storyline to know about the next mission we should go. Cassette Beast has a turn-based game mechanism, so every hero will transform into a certain monster in combat. We need to maintain every single energy. We have to unleash a stronger skill. The energy will fill up to bars each time the turn passes. We can save up the energy to plan ahead and unleash the most powerful strike by using a lower energy move. Cassette Beast is top pixel art Android offline game RPG 2025. Naruto Mobile Fighter Pixel Mugen. This game is truly magnificent, one of the best hidden pixel art games that I think everyone should know and play. It's because the game was made by a fanmade, which is an indie games developer. But the game's quality is a top tier even though it has the actual skill showcase as the real anime. We will find so many heroes of a different anime, but the main character available to pick is from the Naruto series. It's a fighting game where we are only able to play 1 versus 1. Seriously, it has a dynamic combat full of fast-paced level and we can't do any single move when we get hit by the enemy's combo. Unfortunately, the game is not ready in the main language yet, which is English. I would love to understand what the game's feature it has, since the game is only available on a limited option. Naruto Mobile Fighter Pixel Mugen is the best pixel art game that is so underrated. Even I guarantee most of you just know the game now. League of Assasin. This pixel art game is the best action RPG games with a hack and slash. Our main character will have a long sword like a katana sword as her main weapon. But anyway, 3 more heroes is available to select after we reach a certain mission stages. Then the new hero will be unlocked with a different weapon and surely it will make the hero's playstyle become different. We will get a lot of prologue to tell about how come the zombie coming to the world. This pixel art RPG games has a side-scrolling gameplay. We must clear all of the enemy we face to open the next waves. All of the skill is available to learn and upgradable, but it will cost a lot of MP. Make sure you use the skill wisely because it goes to lack of MP. Because the MP will regenerate super slowly by itself, and hunting the weapon is the top priority to improve our power, get a higher damage by keeping the combo and never get attacked. There is one important feature we should do by getting a new pet to fight side by side. League of Assasin is the best action RPG pixel art games for Android and iOS. Crunchyroll 9 Years of Shadows. This is one of the best Metroidvania games on mobile, but please note, before you download the game, you need to become a member of Crunchyroll to access the game, because it needs an internet connection to run the game. The game's combat mechanism is absolutely perfect, with a fast-paced gameplay and very unpredictable enemies movement will make you have a hard time learning the enemy's movement pattern. But actually, we should try to learn how to respond to sudden attack, especially when we face the boss. In combat, the character will have a special power to protect herself, but we need to maintain the energy by killing the monster or use the lullaby action to recover the energy. So we'll have an option to play in a different playstyle of melee combat and also long-range combat. The game has a beautiful art style with so much color and a well-crafted design at all. Crunchyroll 9 Years of Shadows is the best new pixel art action RPG games 2025 for Android and iOS. Makis Adventure Lite. This game is a really interesting pixel art game, especially if you love to find a puzzle base, because we will need to find out so many keys to open up the gate. Even the side quests we can gather is more than 2 at once, making we can do the mission way more effective and efficient within one running. The gate has a side-scrolling perspective where we are only able to navigate the hero forward and also backward. The jump button and dodge button is available to avoid any obstacle and also keep the hero from surviving from the incoming attack. The story is pretty limited. It's more difficult to find the way out rather than we are enjoying the storyline. When we see the water around the castle, then we can turn our hero into a sword and bite the enemy around the water. There is no indicator to represent the energy or mana point, even if there is no cooldown, so it's pretty newbie friendly. In fact, we can select a different difficulty level from easy, medium and hard. Absolutely the best game pixel art mobile 2025. Blasphemous. I give up on finishing this game. Seriously, it has one of the hardest games level difficulties that I have ever played, especially in the pixel art style. This game is really good in graphic, no wonder it's also launched on the console platforms, which is PS5. But if you try to see the enemy's design, I'm sure you'll love to see it. The game's combat mechanism looks so detailed and amazingly needs a high reflex to avoid any hazardous area. Each of the enemies will have a different action pattern and weaknesses that we need to know. Every enemy we face, we should remember their pattern, because the playstyle will be different as well. Some of the enemies that we should hit from behind, even some enemies we should dodge and block their attack at the right moment. Timing and precision is the key to winning the combat, but once you face the boss monster, then you will see the difference and the gap between your status attributes than the boss. It's truly a hardcore level game for mobile 2025. Sparklight. I wish more players notice about this game. With a great open world and storyline, game pixel will make your day become way addictive on it. The game will represent a great adventure of single player base where we should find out the mission by solving the puzzle, asking the NPC around and also killing the monster for loot special items. The game's combat mechanism looks super smooth and really playable for any device's level. I never expected this kind of game will be released on mobile because it looks like it has a PC and Nintendo Switch level. Our main base will be in the town of the floating city, and we should get down to explore the open world of pixel art games. In combat, try to hold down the basic attack to unleash the heavy damage and rolling to avoid any incoming attack. Sparklight is the best pixel art game 2025 for everyone. Heroes Adventure. I'm pretty sure not many of you know this game exists on mobile right now. Just to inform you, it was made by an XD company, which is well known as the creator of Sword of Gonfaloria. This game will have a story-based game with so many side quests and main quests we can do, but the main gameplay is a turn-based with a tactical strategy game base. But the difference between Sword of Gonfaloria is it has an open world gameplay where we can face the enemy while exploring the world. Once we come closer to the enemy, then we will start a battle. The game's combat mechanism is pretty simple. We only need to move the hero into a certain range to launch an attack. It has a basic mechanism where every attack will deal damage and we can't miss, block or dodge the incoming attack. Sometimes when we follow the main quest, then we will be recruiting a new hero, but I highly recommend you to play carefully because when you die, then you will start from the beginning of the journey. Heroes Adventure is the best new pixel art Android 2025 for mobile. You must play and see how good the graphics are. Rusty Sword, Vanguard Island. This game reminds me of Zelda games like. Seriously, the vibes will bring it back to Zelda games on pixel art graphic. The way of the heart, life point, and how the game has so many pathfinding to reach a certain destination really represent the Zelda game. Anyway, I didn't get any conversation to tell the player about the storyline, but through the dialogue, we can see the main goal is to find the hidden treasure that located on the island. The game's mechanism lets the player move freely and fight with the monster with our sword. All of the enemies will have the same pattern, so it's quite easy to anticipate the incoming attack. Anyway, I love how we can swim on the water and the enemy will not be able to reach us while we are swimming. I think it's a great idea to run away by using this action. I hope the developer will add more conversation and deliver the story better to attract the newbie player. The best game pixel art mobile 2025. Bonus, Moonstone Island. For the last game on this list, I would like to recommend you to download this game now, yes, right now. It has a durable graphic and amazing visual with a high number of bitrate to create a perfect pixel art RPG game for mobile. Anyway, it's an open world game where we can do so many things to kill the time. Planting the vegetable, fruit, and any kind of plant is really important. Because our main job is an alchemist, which is we should save the people around by our skill. If you love to play a game with a great storyline, then it will be the best option. It's about a relationship between the son and also the parents. The game's combat mechanism is a turn-based RPG. Each of the action needs some energy that will recharge when we get into the new turn. These all are the best underrated pixel art game 2025 for mobile platforms. Remember to support this channel by tapping a like. See you on the next video. Thanks.